What's up guys? In this video, I'm gonna cover a 3-light studio setup using Fox Backdrop. Now, Fox Backdrop did reach out to me on Instagram and they did send me this backdrop for free as long as I made a YouTube video. So I thought it was gonna be a good opportunity to create an educational video for you guys and show you my thought process on how I approach studio work. So you guys already know what this means. We're gonna be covering todo el pedo. The background that I was using in the video, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below, and it's called the Fox Dark Brown Retro Abstract Vinyl Backdrop. The first step when I'm doing studio work is to figure out my in-camera settings first. The first one being ISO. That's gonna be the easy one. ISO 100 because I want the cleanest images possible without any noise, so we're gonna set that to ISO 100. As far as the aperture, I went with aperture 4 because I wanted a little bit more depth of range in focus. Because I'm gonna do a studio headshot, I want some nice details, so I went with aperture 4. Now the key one in this process is gonna be my shutter speed. Now the shutter speed, the higher that I'm gonna raise it up, that means the darker my background or my ambient is gonna be. And that's gonna be very important because when I approach my studio work, I wanna kill all of the ambient in the photograph. I don't want any lights that are from the ceiling to dictate any kind of sculpting of light as I'm doing my studio work. So here what you're gonna see is you're gonna see me setting up my camera and I'm taking a test shot to ensure that I don't get any light controlled by the ambient in the room. Now, once I've actually captured a dark photograph, now I'm gonna be sculpting the light with my key light, my hair light, and my background light. Once I've killed all the ambient, the next step is to set up my key light and start sculpting the light in the photograph. In this case, I was using the Explorer 600 with the 21-inch beauty dish. Now the beauty dish was white and it had one diffusion panel on it. Now you guys can use any modifier that you want and get very similar results. The key thing here, though, no pun intended, is to figure out the correct power output. Obviously, the higher the output means the brighter the image is gonna be, the lower the output, the less light we're gonna see. So in this case, when I was using the Explorer 600 with the beauty dish, my power output came out to 128. Now, depending on the light that you have and the power it throws out, that number is gonna be different, but basically you're just gonna be doing some test shots and getting the lighting where you like it. I did place the beauty dish on a boom arm, and I did have it about 45 degrees from the model. Now that I have my key light set up, I'm gonna sculpt some more light by using a hair light to add a little bit more separation. And in this particular setup, I was using the Evolve 200 as my light, and I was using the Glow Easy Lock Deep Parabolic Quick Softbox, the 28-inch. I was also using it with a grid so that I could concentrate the light a little bit more. And the same process, I'm actually gonna turn off my key light and I just wanna see what my hair light is doing. So I had my key light on A, I have my hair light on B, and I turn off my key light, and then I'm doing some test shots once again, looking at the power outputs and seeing what am I gonna need for my hair light and just figuring out how bright or dark do I want that hair light to be. In this particular case, I liked it at 1/4, so I went ahead and stuck to 1/4 for my hair light. The final light we're gonna add is the background light. Because we killed the ambient in the photograph, I've already set up my key light, I've already set up my hair light. I gotta add some light to the backdrop because if not, the image is just gonna be dark in the background. So on the trigger, I have my key light as A, my hair light at B. I'm gonna turn both of those off because I just wanna see what the background light is doing in the photograph. So for this particular setup, what I was using a speed light. And I had the Rogue grid on it, and I was using the 25-degree grid on the speed light. And I have it pointed about 45 degrees to the background. And the main reason why I'm using a grid is that if I don't use a grid, that light's gonna spill everywhere. And it's just a little bit easier for me to concentrate the light and kind of create this gradient effect already in the photograph. And the same thing, I'm gonna look at the power output and figure out what power output am I gonna like the most? And in this case, I used half power on my speed light. With all of the lights in place, now I can go ahead and turn on A, which is my key light, B, which is my hair light, and C, which is my background light, and see what the final sculpting of the photograph looks like. Now this is where the fun begins, because now I can set up my poses, I can set up maybe different kind of modifications to the light. And in this case, I used a V flat for fill on the side of the cheek. Now you don't have to use a V flat if you don't have one. You can use a simple white foam board, which you can get for $1, or you can also use a diffuser or a white side from the diffuser and use a adjusting clamp and put it off to the side if you want to use that. You can also use a silver reflector underneath the chin, which I use in a couple of the photographs to kind of fill in some of the shadows underneath the chin. Now those are just optional, but you're more than welcome to add these additional items to the photograph. I am going to be ending this video with a couple of photos using this light setup and the Fox backdrop. Now, if you did end up enjoying the photos with the backdrop, there is a 20% off coupon code if you use Eli20. Link in the description. You're more than welcome to use it. If not, I hope I at least taught you something and educated you guys on the studio setup. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram because I post a lot of helpful content like behind the scenes, posing tips, and breakdowns. So check me out on Instagram for more content, and I hope you guys enjoy the photographs. Peace out. I already forgot the name of this modifier that I ordered. Let me go, I need to go look that up real quick. Shit. Woo, almost good. So use a